Okay, well, I'm uploading that other video. Let me take off my watch here. I figured I'd do another quick one. And seeing as it looks like the video quality might come up on that one, so you guys can hear and see what I wanted to show, I might do it on this one too. Here's a Tenacious, a little over 4 ounces. This is one of Spyderco's lower end with the name of Spyderco. Obviously it's really dirty because I was using it just a few minutes ago actually. I put it in my pocket to come do this review and ended up trimming some stuff with it, plant life and what have you. But most of the scratches you see there, I don't know if you can see them. I got some towards the front here. There we go, there's a good view. Some of the scratches I put in the day I started carrying it. This one's a little bit better. Actually, this is a little more descriptive of some. All those that you see there are not about from what I'm about to talk about, but I put them in because honestly, this blade, the Tenacious, $30, or I think I got this one for 27 and change or whatever. Except for the weight, is a beautiful knife. I'm a big delicate guy, but the size of this, the grip, the G10 handles, even the crappy steel. I mean, I know some guys think the 8CR 13 MOV is fine. You know what? It doesn't compare to better steels. And once you start playing with knives and dealing with knives a little bit, you'll agree. 154 cm, like on that Benchmade. This is a 2550, I believe, mini reflex. Yeah, I've got a few Benchmades, or like the Salt, which is a work hardened steel, a whole nother thing. But anyway, the steel, in my opinion, is crap. Now, Spyderco has knives with this basic dimensions, basic shape, basic blade shape, everything, but they're in the $100 range. They're beautiful, they're awesome, but for a utilitarian, beat the snot out of it, cut boxes, I don't care if I lose it, open bottles, beer bottles, whatever, with the handle, anyway, most people know what I'm talking about, I think, when I refer to that. You take the handle and pop it open. Anyway, for what it was so beautiful and felt so good. It deploys. Now, I don't own a lot of liner locks. I don't like them. But I had to go for the cheap knife. And actually, I got this knife on a controversial YouTuber. And I say controversial because some people hate him, some people love him. I love his knife reviews. I love his knife reviews. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing fancy. Covers the shit. Well, anyway, he did a knife review on these, and what was his name? Oh, crap. Blunt Truth for You, I believe it was, did one, and he knocked this knife, knocked it hard. I mean, he complained and complained and complained, and then in his review said he'd probably buy another one. So what's that tell you? I mean, this guy can knock a knife and still love it, Now, real quick, it came with Allen wrench and torque wrench bits, or screws, or however you want to say. I buggered these up so bad, it's permanently fixed basically there until, I pull them off and have to order up new screws. But anyway, back to the knife itself. It looks beat. I put some of those in on purpose just to screw it up so I wouldn't care, because it's a $30 knife. Why do I care about a $30 knife? Why? Because this thing fits the hand incredibly well. It's got the jimping. It's, I think this is a 13mm Spyderco hole. I'm not positive on that. I can't remember. But this thing, made in China. If you look at my screen name chain, I actually had somebody convinced that where it says China there, that it should have been chain, and they inscribed it wrong, and they believed me. Yeah, they were gullible. But anyway, the G10 scales rock. Anybody ever has a problem with them, hit them with a WD-40 and wipe it off. Brings them right back to life. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. It's a great knife. It's a cheap knife. It works. I would put this more in a defensive blade because of the length and the sturdiness of it, even for a liner lock. That liner lock is solid. Listen to this. That is solid. There is no wiggle. There is no movement. There is nothing. I'll tell you what. Blunt Truth can nail it. Other guys can sit there and say it's a cheap knife. Spyderco has basically the same knives with better steel, but they're 3 times the cost. So for the cost, a $30 knife, honestly, I don't see a way to beat it for the money. I know that people like Kershaw's, I can put this clip point on any 4 corners. I can have tip up, tip down, left or right, and all configurations. Mine, I particularly like to carry left-handed quite a bit. I'm right-handed, but I am ambidextrous, and I can pull left as quickly as I can pull right. And I carry 2 knives quite a bit, so this one rides in the left pocket. Tip up, obviously. This, for $30, is about the average. I mean, you can get them cheaper, and you can get them for a few dollars more with shipping and what have you. But people need to know. Utilitarian, you lose it, who cares? You break it, who cares? It's $30. I mean, you care because if you're like me, you get an attachment to any knife you own. But I scratched it up just so I wouldn't have that attachment because I love the way it feels in my hand. This is the first liner lock I've ever not had experience with, but purchased on my own because I just had to have it. I had to see what all the fuss was about. And you know what? It was 100% a real deal. The fuss was worth every penny. I honestly, other than the quality of steel, have 0 complaints about this knife. I mean 0. It is a little bit larger. It's over a 3-inch blade, so in some areas might legality problems, but it's a folder and it's a liner lock. I mean, there's so many things about it that, for me, I have these things sealed. It can be deployed and put away one-handed. It had a lot going against it. The steel, made in China, the weight, and all these things aside. And other people's reviews, you can look at theirs and see their complaints. They all are valid. But just like them, and just like me, I will own at least one more of these because I think it's a good, a bug-out knife, just a knife to put away. The investment isn't heavy, but the rewards are great. I really do like the knife for what it is. So that's the Tenacious. I think a lot of people would be well served with this knife, especially considering the liner lock. It's like I said, it's not my favorite design. I don't like liner locks, but this one is so solid and so clean. I mean, it works. It doesn't hold an edge as well as that one or the one in my pocket right now or the one in my other pocket right now, but it's a good deal. And Spyderco hit a home run in my opinion with this one, for the money. All right, there it is.